there's, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to follow the storyline,
Jesus.
and for sure you can't do it by yourself.
So like, yeah, that's why they had the 3-man missions. Which look, I mean, I had fun. I had fun playing it yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, but
what were you doing yesterday?
I was playing zombies yesterday. I fucking played with Dandis, and I played with Dandis, and I played with Dandis and Licious, this dude from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
so we're out there playing, and I mean, you know, it was cool, bro. It's just I'm just used to. You remember the old zombies, bro? You just stand in the corner where they can't get you. You just laying through
in circles. Help!
But I told it's nice though, right?
Nah, yeah, it got me now.
It's nice.
Back to the bro. You can't do modern warfare. All right, name anything modern warfare, and then you talking about some fucking old ass World War II fucking guns like that, bro. That's what turned me off.
When they did that in Caldera.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, just turned me off. I was like, nah, and then there's just the glitches and that freaking one black spiky glitch. That one,
the fucking Roblox.
Like, what is wrong with my fucking guy?
The site,
you know what I mean?
The Roblox glitch. That shit was stupid.
Yeah,
that was dumb, bro. But yeah, it's back. It's back. That's what's up.
Welcome back to Sweat Equity. Eric Valdez alongside Jules Johnson, guys. All right, if you're new to the channel, all right, hit that like, that subscribe. All right, put your notifications on. All right, we're here, to talk about health, business, fitness, everything, sports, as for it is. All right. As things happen, guys, life happens. So sorry, it took a while, but we're back here, guys. All right. And if you're on that Call of Duty now, all right.
Yes.
For sure. I'm all about killing bodies. Okay.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Exactly. All right. Like that. But you just got to watch your mouth now, right? What's the rules on that now?
Man, like they ban you. Like they put bans on you. And the ban is you can't chat all world for offensive language, which is weird,
bro. Like we can get into this a little bit later because like that, but it's just some soft times now.
Oh,
all right,
easy,
soft,
super soft.
Just, like you know what you're getting into. All right, you know what hey, it's a shooting war game. You know what I mean?
With a mature warning on
it. Yeah, what is it? Is it what is the rating for it?
It's mature for 17 plus.
17 plus.
Yeah.
Like that. What is that the highest for games?
I think it's the highest for the video game.
Look up the
because I'm pretty sure
they don't have. I thought they have rated R. Isn't there rated R?
Yeah, the M is. I think M is higher than rated R. Let's see.
Is it? Yeah. That's a little weird. Because I always think rated R, as for movies, you get starting to see boobies and stuff.
Yeah, but then you got X.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we ain't going full on penetration.
I don't know, bro. Some of those, man, you shoot somebody in the head, man, and you watch the head explode.
Yeah.
So.
Why are you looking that up, bro? Because I told you I was gonna get it after I finished Spider-Man, right?
Right.
Well, before that, I was playing freaking Jedi, Star Wars. All right.
Okay.
In Star Wars, there's a thing on there where it how you before you start playing the games and it helps you fix all the settings and things like that.
Yeah.
And one of the things is all the camera settings and stuff like that. One of the things on there is if you're arachnophobic, you could turn off, you could put it on or off, like that, because there's monsters in there or other things that look like spider-like, monsters like that are gonna kill you. So they turn it off. And then I was thinking about, I was like, well, fuck, man, what if you like Spider-Man? But I guess you wouldn't like Spider-Man if you're
arachnophobic, right?
You know what I mean? But shit like that. So it just begs the question, okay, this is a modern warfare, it's a gun game and stuff like that. I'm like, and if you are true, freaking Call of Duty dude, back in the days, what made you, grow up real quick is that chat, that lobby chat.
That lobby chat was nice, bro.
You know what I mean? Like that's what really freaking made you toughen up. You know what I mean? And bro, I was like, dang, man, what are the games going to, man? I'm like, who are you trying to sell to? Because
it's weird because you figure either the adults are buying it, Okay.
The adults that are true Call of Duty one. Day one.
Like I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, like that. It's just like Disney. It's like Disney trying to. Why are they making money still today? It's because they're revamping all these, freaking
Cinderella,
all these old classics. To who? They're catered that like they're piquing our interests as adults now that we're 30 and we're 40, so we can bring our kids, like that.
So we can drag our kids into.
Okay, well now these kids are soft. Why are they playing these games? What I mean, these war games,
bro.
So.
Mature is not the highest rating. They have an adult-only rating.
And what games do they say?
Did it say adult only? This just says content descriptors. Suitable, let's see, may include prolonged scenes of intense violence, graphic sexual content, and gambling with real-life currency. What is that?
I don't know. Maybe GTA? Maybe.
With nudity and partial nudity, sexual violence. Oh, like games like Cyberpunk, bro. Did you ever play Cyberpunk?
I haven't. Is that the one like the little hacker one with the
kinda yellow screen?
I'm not too sure. I think I played one game that.
So you played like FIFA and
yeah, sports games on like that. Yeah.
So you can build your own character.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. You describe your. You can yeah.
Isn't that why people do the Google Vision?
you could be like I wanna like sausage.
Yeah, right.
Like why is this part of what you create in your character? But that was probably adult. But it's a lot. But the new Call of Duty, man, is what's up. I like it.
At different times.
It's the best.
Different times now, for sure.
Nah, man.
All right, like that. And so, let's go ahead and segue, with different times right now. All right, let's get into some of the main topics. For sure, last week we were getting into it like that, and we were, money, man. Money. Not to take obviously a huge left field, from what we're talking about now, but, really want to touch on this subject before we get into the actual main topic and stuff like that. But mortgages. All right. Didn't you just get your real estate? Congrats on that.
Just got a real estate license, bro.
What was the process, for doing that and stuff? What was the main topics that you really had to, learn?
So it's weird because it's 180 hours of coursework, but and a lot of it is learning contracting and that type of thing. Mm-hmm. But you also have to. There's a huge component of learning financing.
Yeah,
and because you have to be able to speak intelligently with your clients about what is the best financing option for them, what are the financing options that are available, and learning about VA loans, FHA loans, conventional versus unconventional loans. Like you have to learn about all that stuff, and you have to learn about how the mortgage rates affects these things, because you got fixed rate mortgages where there's a lot to buying a house, bro. It's not like walking into to Walmart and be like, hey, I want a house.
So do you see the rates now, the mortgage rates now?
So bro, I'm not buying a house.
It's very difficult to buy a house now.
It's almost impossible to buy a house now.
All right. And I say this, because, if you didn't get it in during COVID time when those rates were as low as, as
fours and fives,
like that, I'm like, now you've totally missed the train. Now your mortgage rates now are touching 8% up to 10%. And it's reaching the highest since 2000.
I just saw it. The average mortgage rate as of yesterday was 8.1.
8
on the 30.
8, yeah.
8.1.
So I have this right here. This article that came out. All right, mortgage rates hit 8% on Wednesday, the highest level since August of 2000, and deepening the affordability of crisis for home buyers. The average rate for a 30-year loan mortgage touches 8%. All right, let's see, Mortgage Daily News, where surveys range in the lenders. Okay, let me see.
It's too much, bro. It's a lot.
Higher borrowers cost paired in elevated prices have home birds are fluent large, reaching it doesn't. Yeah, it's really just a lot of filler stuff from there.
This is what you want. They want what they want right now is they want a plus 700, 720 credit score in that area. Mm-hmm. Then they want you to pay 8% mortgage on that. Now, mind you, plus 700 credit score.
20% down, or are they even asking for more now?
So I think they're still asking for 20% down, but the problem is that you have to be cherry. Mm-hmm. The only people that can afford, to afford to pay 8% on a $500, $200, $300, $400,000 house, like you've got significant money to do that, right? And not just significant money, but like significant disposable income. Yeah. Like, and so it's like, fuck, man, like you have to be the cream of the crop to get a house right now, which is, it's good in some aspects, but it's bad in other aspects because when you can't, if people can't buy the houses, right, then you're going to have builders that are building houses that are going to be sitting stagnant. Yeah. And they're going to be sitting with builders incurring huge amounts of money on them, which means that when the mortgage rate goes down, this builder that's got to recoup what he lost on his house, the house is going to be priced way too high. People are going to end up being upside down on their houses. And I don't know why the mortgage rates are so high. And I don't know why the mortgage rates are so high, because it's that if you want to stimulate the economy and economic growth, you have to allow people to spend their money, and having people's money be held hostage in the bank because you have a mortgage rate that's 8%. You can't buy big ticket. We're just talking about mortgage rates, but loan rates are high as hell. Yeah. So nobody's getting any loans. So everybody's just sitting on what they have. Or they're buying stuff in cash. That's not going to stimulate the economy any.
Hold on. So let me do this real quick, all right? Because I'm gonna give you some numbers right here. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some numbers right now, all right? And there's this guy, that he's talking about. And matter of fact, I'll show you. I'll go ahead and post it up here on the screen right now. I'll share it on the screen. All right. So I won't listen to the whole thing, but the guy is talking about like that. So let's go back to the question that you asked right now. You don't even know why mortgage rates are so high. And that's a tough question. I can't even answer that either. I think it's just ridiculous, for a fact. And the thing is, let me share this. Okay, here we go. All right. So the thing is, for anybody that's really like why does anybody want to buy a house? What's the main reason to buy a house?
You got to grow. You got to take care of your family.
Grow. Well, then why not just rent?
Wealth.
Exactly. Wealth. That's what I want to get to.
Wealth.
You know what I mean? Because this is one thing that I always explain. I explain to my wife. And I explain to anybody, that's, going down the route of renting versus buying.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. I'll probably say around 28, 29. This is where like really the light went off for me. Let's go back to my mentor, the guy that passed away.
Okay.
For me,
right.
Because we talked about this.
Right.
He really opened my eyes to a lot of things. And he simply just asked me a question like, or just put it in a way like this. What's one thing that man can't make more of?
Right.
Land.
Earth.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Even as a big of a scare as like, all the politicians talking about, overpopulation, and stuff like that. Like really, they overpopulation. You know what I mean? It's just we're just way too dense and overpopulated in certain areas of the world.
Right.
That's why, they say these things. You know what I mean? I'm like, ain't not one person really living in fucking bumfuck you of Delaware or some shit like that, or North Dakota or South Dakota.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that.
It's like 5 people in Montana.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, they're I think they're even having like tax breaks or even paying people to move there, right? Or something like that.
In a lot of places, bro.
Yes,
a lot of places.
I'm like, don't tell me that we're overpopulated and
right.
And stuff like that, and we can't, that's why all these rates are super high and shit like that. You know what I mean? So let's look at the screen right here. You know what I mean? This guy goes through right here the different generations and eras, you know, from baby boomers all the way to Gen Z today. You know what I mean? The average, you know, and then the first line is the average a house costs, you know, in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2003s. So you're looking at 48,000 for a house, bro.
Bro,
Sign me
ballin'.
up right now.
Right, I'll take
you know
three.
What I mean, so in the 80s, the average house cost 48, 90s 76, you know, 2000s 105, 2003 the average house cost 430. All right,
Yeah,
I think me and my wife, freaking ours was about 330, something like that. You know what I mean? You know, and then they go, you know, and then they go ahead and the interest rate, you know, like that average interest. Hey, even in the 80s, 13.7 was pretty high.
Super
you know?
high.
But
Super high.
it's only on 48,000 on a $48,000 home. You know what I mean? Like that.
The
you know?
80s, that's got to be right before the savings and loan scandal.
Like
right
that,
around
but
that time.
weren't they coming off like a recession too as well?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
think so, yeah.
Like that, you know, so it's past my, you know, it's a little earlier before my time. I was born in 87, so I was at the end of it like that, you know what I mean? But I know back then, you know, yeah, it was still hard times back then, you know, like that, you know, 90s, it was 10%, you know, average rate, 8% in the 2000s, but then shit, you know, they had that massive 2008 collapse.
Right.
You know, like
right.
that, you know, in the bubble bust. I mean, the bubble busted on there.
Boom.
And then now ours is creeping up 7.5, and then now it's already at 8. You just said right now 8.1. So, you know, even in the 80s at a 13.7% freaking rate out on a $48,000 home, you're looking at $446, you know, dollars a month on mortgage. All right. Bro, I had a true studio apartment. I'm talking about everything was right there. The living room, my bedroom, and the kitchen. You know what I mean? The only thing that was cut off was just the restroom. You know what I mean? I think I was paying like what was I paying, man? I think I was paying like almost $1,100 on that thing. Don't get me wrong, but I was so happy in that thing. I was like, I love that freaking.
Bro, I was gonna go
studio.
to school in New York.
Oh, bro, some of the videos.
Garage apartment, bro.
With a roommate.
Garage apartment. They were like $2,200, and I was like,
what?
I was like, wait, is this,
bro? That is my mortgage now,
bro? A 20. I was like, it ain't no way.
Yeah.
I was like, who's paying this shit to live over somebody's garage? Oh no. I'm not.
All right, so let's continue with the numbers. All right, so 446, you know, mortgage average mortgage rate for in the 80s. All right, on a 10% rate on a $76,000 home, that's 534. On an 8% rate on a 105 home, that's gonna be 616. All right, today, right now, bro, this is a huge jump. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Just to look at these numbers. All right, $436 home, 7.5 interest rate, and you know, let's check it a little higher, you know, than that because it's already 8%, over $2,400. It's just crazy, man.
It's bananas to me.
Yeah,
bananas to me that's. I mean, it's a lot, bro.
All right,
it's a lot.
I'm not sure what that fourth line number is like that. I gotta hear what the guy is talking about, for sure, like that. But for sure, that second to last number, this is your down payments. All right, like that.
20%.
Yeah. All right, 21,000. You know, for 21,000 on a $48,000 home in the 80s. 30,000 on a $76,000 home in the 90s, 24,000 on a $105 home in the 2000s. All right, $81,000 on today's home.
You seen
to secure
that movie with Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis?
The cop one?
Yeah, it's the meme where Tracy Morgan's in the car. He's like,
nope. Yeah,
bro.
Fuck no.
You need $100K. I mean, how do you expect?
So let's think about what this means, all right? And exactly what before we started, you know, these numbers like that. What you said about wealth, You talk about the rich just getting richer, the wealth gap just really freaking, just getting even further, like that. The numbers speak for itself for sure.
But but this doesn't include one huge factor that people don't consider.
What's that?
In order to get to the point where you can have a $436,000 house in 2023,
Yeah.
for the most part, on average, you have to have a college degree. On average. So
Man,
now,
you
on
just
top
talk
of
about
all
the trickle
this,
down effect of
on
stuff.
top of all this, now you've got that debt that's settling on top of it, which makes it harder for you to get this loan. So now you've got this debt, this huge loan behind.
You're talking about, I don't even, that's going to be individual, right? Freaking on a Salome, loan, just depending on what your credit score is at the time.
It will, but
or how much you take out.
Well, think about it.
Right.
It's normally an 18, 19-year-old taking out the full price of what he has to pay for school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then luckily the government has deferred some of the not deferred some of the payments.
No, the payments are back on now.
But some of them they're allowing for washouts on the payments. But I've got a buddy of mine who's been practicing law now at this point for 7 years, right? He's still paying on school loans.
How long he's been out of school for?
Almost 10.
Crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He's been law school's 3 years. He's been practicing 7. So he's got you got 7 years out, but then you've got your undergrad loans and stuff that goes with that, and then you're coming out of school. You're coming out of school. I think like the average. I don't want to speak to this. Average. How do you spell average? Average post grad debt.
I would say easily between like 140 to like 210.
So this is. Oh, okay. Here we go. So what they're doing is they're saying, looks like they're doing it per year. Because they're saying in June 23, the average student loan debt, 26. So 27,000. So 27,000 for 4 years, about $100K.
27,000 coming out of.
Well, 27,000 per year. So
year.
You're borrowing 27K a year for school. You got 4 years of it. So you got about $100K. And then you come at it. So you haven't gotten your first job yet. You in a hole of $100K.
Yeah.
Now you got to try to grind on that.
That's even if they give you a job because they want 5 years of experience.
Right. And so I mean, bro, you just have to think about where you have to think about where people are starting from. And the thing about it that's so bad is back in the 80s, and I try to tell people this. So somebody was talking to me one day and they were like, how come people are saying, 40 is the new 20, right? And I'm like, here's why. Think about it. Follow me on this. When our parents and our parents were up, you could go to high school, finish, get a job at the wherever.
A high school. Yeah.
At a high school.
Yes. Those.
And you can afford a house and do it. I haven't paid $1 for school. You could get a job. You could work that job for 40 years, take care of your family. The dad could work that job. Mom could be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Work that job, come out. Well, when did you start your fammy? When you were coming out of high school?
Yeah, right at that.
You were talking about 20, 21.
Yeah.
But now they keep pushing the goal line down. So now you're 20. Well, great, I'm 20, but I'm still an undergrad. Well, then, okay, sure. Maybe there was a period of time where you could just have a bachelor's degree. But now you have to have the bachelor's degree. Now you have to have a post-collegiate degree, a post-baccalaureate degree. So now you're not even finishing school till you're 25, 26, 27 years old. But now you got $100K worth of loans on your back. So now I got to work at wherever I can work. Bro, when I came out of law school, for my first job, bro,
yeah,
out of law school, $42K a year, bro.
Yeah, my first job, well, my first actual job was Marine Corps, and I was making about 35.
Bro.
18 years old, 19 years old.
Bro.
Yeah.
I was 25, bro. I was 25. Literally, you had a 7-year head start. When we graduated high school, a buddy of mine got out. He was like, yo, I'm going to drive trucks.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. Bro was making 30K at 18. I'm still in school. He making 30, then 40, then 50. I'm still in school racking up debt. Then 60, then 70. I'm out of school making 0. Kids making 100K a year.
Yeah. I had a conversation like this with one of my clients of mine, you know what I mean? Because he's a college recruiter.
Okay.
Right? And, he, obviously you want to live the American dream. You go to high school, you go to college, you get a good job, like that. You set yourself, because that's what they sell you. You know what I mean? You want financial freedom, go to school for 4 years, and then you can get a good job, and then make all this money, and then like that, set you like that. But they don't really tell you the back end of, okay, but you're taking out a $200 loan every year.
Right.
I mean, $200,000 loan every year. You know what I mean? At what interest? At a let's just say a modest 12-15% interest.
Bro.
Modest, like that. You know what I mean? And then then again, now you're in there 4 years. Let's say you take a gap year too. You know what I mean? Or something like that. A lot of people do that. You know what I mean? So now you're in 5 years. You know what I mean? You want to go study abroad and everything like that. Now, all that shit, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, and then what? Let's say it's just like an engineer job. You know what I mean? It's good. My brother has his master's in engineering.
It's a good job. It's a good job.
I mean? He does nothing with engineering, just to let you know.
Right.
All right, like that. But he makes good money now.
Right.
All right, like that. And but let's you do all that stuff, all right, and then how so now you start at 18, 6-7 years down the road, now you got all this massive debt, and then now freaking let's take the guy, the blue collar worker, that just went and then that was what I told him. I was like, man, because I told him, I was like, bro, I will not do college. The reason I became a personal trainer is because I started going to college. I mean, I got out of the military, started using my my military
the GI Bill.
My GI Bill. Sorry, I would want to say VA bill. My GI Bill, like that, and then quickly I was like, hold up, because I was going to be was going to go down the route of getting my kinesiology degree.
Right.
Okay. And then I found out, I was like, oh, I could just get a certification and get paid the same thing that these people with a kinesiology degree has. I was like, I'm out. I hate school anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, just going down the road and stuff, listening to other trainers are like, you don't even need that shit. You could just build a good clientele and stuff like that. And freaking, and then it was just more down the sales route. It was like, where clients, they don't, what's the saying that they tell you? It's along the lines of like, they don't care of what, people don't care how much you cost unless something like you care, more, something like that. Man, I'm totally fucking that up. That's not like that. But like I was like, bro, but still, that's what my argument was to my client. That was the college recruiter and things like that. And like I get it. You know what I mean? There is certain jobs, lawyers,
right, doctors,
engineers, there is, like that. I would even, we can go down the list, but it's a very handful of But if you're going for freaking, college for underwater basket weaving and stuff like that, you get your degree.
My favorite elective, bro.
Like that. Like, come on now.
I'm gonna tell you this though. So one of the things that's unique about college that people don't really consider is, I tell people this all the time, right? Like I tell people college is hazing, and I tell people that postgraduate degrees are hazing. You need to learn a certain amount of stuff, right? You need to learn a certain amount of stuff, but there's a whole bunch of memes that like everything they taught you in college, you get on the internet for free. Yeah. Right. It's so much information out there.
YouTube, baby.
YouTube, bro.
Yes.
I'm a YouTube doctor. I'm a YouTube whatever, scientist. But the thing is that the only thing that college shows me is that you have a certain amount of grit.
Grit, discipline.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it shows me.
Yeah, commitment.
That's what it shows. It doesn't show me anything. It doesn't show me how smart you are. It just shows me that you have a certain amount of grit. Like I've made a plan and I'm going to stick to this plan. Now there's other things that do it too. But that to me is a college degree is like, oh, this motherfucker's
you have a piece of paper to show that you know what
this motherfucker get after it.
Yeah,
that's it.
You know what I mean? And so that was another point of my argument with him too. I was like, all right, let's go back to what you were saying. You know, with you and your friend, right, like that. All right, you're already year 1, year 2, year 3 collecting. You know, getting. You know, you're just collecting, just pile on debt like that. You're not even practicing law. You're reading a lot about law,
right?
You know what I mean? You're very educated in the book of law, but you know what I mean? But the thing is, all right, it's the thing about, you know, the question of, are you book smart or street smart?
Right.
You know what I mean? What would you choose?
Bro, street.
Street smart all day.
Street.
So now let's think about, you know, me. I'm already in there, year 1, year 2, freaking actually doing it. You know what I mean? Like that. It's almost like, okay, I'll give you a good example. You know what I mean? And this is something that I advocate all the time, you know, like I don't care about, you know, being in politics and really setting, you know, laws or anything like that. You know, as for, you know, in the military, you know, you have the officer side and you have enlisted side. What's the difference? An officer, all right, yes, he's in the military, but, you know, he's of rank, you know, wears the shiny stuff because he has a college degree, you know, like that. And then enlisted, you know, then you have all the people underneath him. He calls the shots. We're the workers, you know, like
right.
that. All right. Well, let's take my second deployment. Okay. I was already in 3 years. All right. My second deployment in Afghanistan. All right. And then I got a new officer, lieutenant, you know, that's above me. Never been freaking on a deployment, anything like that. Just finished getting out of college. All right. Finished doing his officer's course like that. Now he's in charge of me. All right.
Right.
That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. All right, like that. Let's think about that. Okay?
Bro,
I'm already seasoned. I've been in Iraq. I'm already in Afghanistan for this. You know, for my second deployment. I already got 3 years in. But now, because you know you got a college degree and you did a special course, you know, like that. You know, you're in charge. You get paid more, and you can tell me what to do. It's almost like, you know. It's almost like you right now, you know, you've been in your own business before and you practice like that, you know, and then like you kind of got to go work at McDonald's and then now you have an
right.
18-year-old manager,
bro.
You know.
It's the craziest thing because nothing teaches you better than being in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, the mistakes, whether you're right or wrong.
Which is one of the reasons that we talked about it, different aspect, but we talked about sparring versus drilling. Drilling is great. It's amazing. But if you can't spar, you're not going to be able to fight because nobody's going to be like 1-2 and I throw a 1-2 back in a street fight.
Well, shit, if you don't even know how to freaking throw a punch through, you know, in drilling, you know, why are you even sparring in the first place? You know what I mean?
So when they do that with and they do it everywhere, bro. And it's really, really bad because when I had my team of people that I managed, the deal was I'm not going to ask y'all to do anything that I won't do, and I'm not going to ask y'all to do anything that I can't do, right? Like, and when it comes down to, I remember being in a situation where you're like, oh man, what are we going to do? We don't know, you know, who's going to try this case. The person who's going to try the case is gone, blah, blah, blah. And while all of them were freaking out, I had just gone into my office, bro, and started reading. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be the one to try the motherfucking case. Like I'm not gonna ask y'all to do anything that I can't do. But the problem that we have now is we have like you just said, you have a bunch of people that go out, they get the book smarts, but they can't actually apply it. And if you can't actually apply it, then how are you gonna tell me you don't know? You've never been there before, so you don't really know what the correct course of action is. And I don't know, man. I've never really been a big fan of that.
Yeah. So let's get back to the mortgage, all right? Because all this surrounding with the education and stuff like that, I want to swing it back to the generational gap thing, all right? So you listen to Pat Bev.
Yeah.
And I love him, man. I listen to a lot of this stuff like that. So he's talking about, this is what he's going to start talking about right here, about the generational gap right here. All right. And the question that he's asking on here is that what would happen if mortgage rates suddenly drop today? They go back down to regular. All right, like that. Let me see if I can get some audio on this thing. All right. Oh, well, that's a little too loud. Let's go down.
Increased rates to 6%, 5%, 4%, 3%. Do you know what would happen today? Do you think that house that's $900,000, that the value hasn't moved even when they raised the rates to 8%, that $900,000 house is going to be $1.4 million. If it goes to $1.4 million and Dow Jones all of a sudden goes to 48,000, you know what just happened? This whole concept of rich getting richer, poor getting poorer, it became rich getting richer, poor getting poor on steroids. How the hell are you gonna, if you can't afford a $900,000 house right now, how are you gonna afford it in a year if they lower the interest rates to go to 3, 4, 5%? Some of these realtors that are being irresponsible just telling everybody, well, wait till the rates come down. If the rates come down, it's reverse market crash.
All right. What do you think about that?
I think he's right, bro.
Oh yeah, of
I
course.
think he's 100% right.
You have to do a little bit more digging and really understand the numbers on it. You know what I mean? Because it's not, again, like what he's talking about. He's going past just the numbers of buying a house. He's talking about the market itself with Dow Jones and stuff like that of what it's gonna have. And then going back to freaking 2008. You know what I mean? Like that. Like have you seen that movie?
Which one?
The Big Short.
Oh yeah.
Bro, if you haven't seen that movie, educate yourself. Bro. Watch the movie. All right, like that. But like that's a scary thing to know. It really is a scary thing to know.
The thing that they don't understand is $900,000 is always going to be $900,000.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of money that it costs you to borrow $900,000 doesn't make you any more or less equipped to borrow $900,000. Either you have it or you don't, right? Mm-hmm. Like either you have that buying power or you don't have that buying power. The mortgage rate doesn't affect whether or not you have that buying power. What the mortgage rate does is it tells the people that do have that buying power, how much is it going to cost you to use it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're smart, if you're savvy, right, I'm going to wait because I could spend $900,000 a day and it costs me 10% to borrow that money, or I can wait and borrow it at 3%.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be cheaper for me to use my borrowing power.
Yeah. But
if I don't have $900,000, I'm not going to be like, oh shit, the mortgage rate down to $300,000. I'm going to go buy a $900,000 house. I can't afford it.
You can't afford it.
No. That doesn't change. But they put that, which is what they love to do. What is the number one way to control people?
In what terms?
Fear.
Oh yeah, and you know what? That's a comment in there right there. That fear,
bro. Fear, bro. You just scare the shit out of people.
Man,
bro. It's so stupid, man.
Yeah. All right. No, yeah, for sure. They just scare people like that. They get it all high, and then they dump it like that.
Yep.
And then the best. What's the term again? The pump and dump.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah. They just make people panic. All right. They do. They do it all the time, and people are too blind to see. And really understand it. And and let's go back to the numbers of what you're talking about with money. You know what I mean? And just having that money. Your bargaining power and stuff like that.
Right.
The guy was. I was listening to another guy where he was like, I don't care how much the mortgage costs. I mean, like that, or what the mortgage is going to be, or what it is. Like, hey, or the mortgage rate is going to be. That's what he said. I don't care how much it is. You know what I mean? It's like for me, it's like, what can I put down on it? And what deal can I make?
That's it.
Like that.
That's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Can I make a deal within my budget or like that? And then on top of that, do I have the money and the funds to for the down payment? Because then on top of that down payment's really gonna freaking drastically change your mortgage,
everything,
your mortgage rate at not your rate, but your mortgage at the end of the day.
Right.
Do I want to pay $23, almost $33, $100 a month, or do I want to pay, $1,200, $1,700? That
Right.
sounds a lot better, like that, just because I'm only putting in 20%, like that. But I could get a good deal, and then I put in, 40, 60%, like that, and then really freaking,
That's how they get people when they, man, the auto industry has this shit on lock, bro.
yeah,
They have this shit on lock. They tell people, come in, you get your car, payments $350 a month.
mm-hmm.
People come in, $350 a month. Oh shit.
Yeah.
They run in there and they get their 2005 Nissan Altima with 180,000 miles on it for $300 a month.
Mm-hmm. They drive
and
it
then
off
they
the lot.
and they drive it off the lot,
Yeah.
and then they end up paying over the life of that car. They end up paying like $80,000 for the
Yeah.
car, and you're like, "What did you do?" Because people don't understand. They don't understand money.
I'm happy you just said that. All right, true story right here. All right, this just happened a couple weeks ago, probably late last month, like that. All right, so I'm not super successful. I'm gonna be upfront. As for for anybody that looks at me and things like that. But I've educated myself over the past years enough to know that all right. When I'm getting there and I'm starting to gain some traction, I know exactly what route I need to be taking,
Right.
and not the stupid freaking, young route that I've been on, this whole time, like that. I get money, I'm spending more money than I'm actually freaking bringing in, like that.
Right.
Because, a lot of people do that, I'm living over my means, like that. I'm not saving anything. I'm not even thinking ahead, like that. And so now I'm 35, turning 36 next month. I'm like, I really freaking have overhauled my thought process of like, all right, like I need to freaking start thinking about trust. I need to start thinking about freaking life insurance. I need to start
Right.
thinking about, freaking, assets. I need leverage, like words like that.
Right.
All right. So I had a 19-year-old fighter came in here like that. And he's like, hey, coach, man, how can I build my credit? And I'm like, I was like, well, what are you trying to do? That's the first question I asked him. And he was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get a car. I was like, you trying to freaking, like that? I want to get a credit card. I'm like, no, stop. Okay? Do not do that. All right? He's thinking that he's going to get, and I was like, well, how much are you trying to spend on the car? You know what I mean? He was up toward like $8,000 to $12,000. I'm like, so what? You're trying to get a freaking loan, a credit card or something like that with a freaking, 12, 18% interest rate like that,
Credit
and then
card,
before
19%.
all right, and I simply told him, I was like, all right, I've only had one credit card ever, all right,
Right.
and that was because to pay off my knee surgery. That's the only reason I got that credit card out.
Word.
All right, so the only thing I had to cover was my freaking deductible. All right, was $5,000. Okay, and so I didn't have the money. But I was like, man, I'm still trying to pursue fighting and just trying to train. So I was like, let me go ahead and get this credit card, got approved and like that. To this day, still haven't paid it off. All right. That was back in 2013, bro.
Right.
All right, like that. So I'm like, and I told him, I was like, look, you telling me you want to buy a freaking $6,000 car like that, and then freaking you're not even thinking about what it's really going to cost you, because it's going to be very hard for you to get around to staying on top of those payments if you're thinking like this. All right, and you're going to be paying what, like $30,000 for that $6,000
right,
car,
bro,
something like that.
It'll bust you in your head so fast, bro.
So I told him stop. I was like, don't even think about it. All right. I was like, and so then I started digging, do a little bit more digging. Okay. All right. Comes to find out, I was like, well, like, what are your bills right now? You know what I mean? Got a cell phone bill, got an internet bill like that. All right. Yeah, like that. But, let me back up a little bit. All right. He just got a new job, construction job. I did the math for him and stuff like that. After taxes, he's bringing in right around 32,000 a month. I mean, 1,000 a year. Sorry. All right. So after taxes, yearly. Okay. And I was like, hey, that's not a bad job. You know what I mean? If you keep it like that, you're only 19. You know what I mean? It is hard work. And like that. But all right, like you're set. You don't got. But he doesn't have any bills. That's what I. That.
Right.
Let's go to the next thing. He lives with his parents. All right. Freaking only paying for it for his phone and for internet at the house. I was like, well, where's your so you got a bank account set up? No, I don't. I was like, well, where's your direct deposit go to? Oh, it goes to my mom's. I was like, hey, let's get a bank account. All right? That's the first thing.
Oh,
all right. B, let's go ahead and get your cell phone, and your freaking your internet in your own name. All right, like that under your bank account. Start getting that, freaking,
Right.
start to, have a paper trail, like that. That's what they're gonna start looking at. Stay away from credit cards. Okay.
Bro, one of the best things that you could do to build your credit.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best things you could do to build your credit. People won't tell you this. Find a credit union, bro.
Credit union.
Find
So
a credit union.
let's go into some in a little bit, since we're on that. Why a credit union?
So they're not a traditional bank,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so they provide better interest rates.
The lowest.
They provide
Yeah.
way better interest
Mm-hmm.
rates, and they're kind of the low interest rates come as part of like a benefit of being a membership of a credit union, because everybody can't be a membership of the credit. You have
No.
to be in whatever
Family,
organization
yeah,
or family
yeah.
or referred by
Yeah.
someone that's in that organization. And then what happens is they work with you a lot before they do shit to tear up your credit.
Yeah.
They give you a lot of leeway. They'll do a lot of refinancing. They'll do a lot of juggling stuff around for you. And so then at the end of the day, you end up most of the times paying less money because you've got a cheaper rate. They end up, a lot of credit unions have relationships with CarMax, this place, whatever. So you say, so all you have to do is go in there and say, I bank with, Sweat Equity Credit Union. And they say, oh, cool. Here you go. We'll finish all the paperwork for your job later. You drive off with the car. You get a better interest rate on it. I mean, I'm talking about lower gap insurance, lower everything. And then the way they report that stuff to the credit union just helps balloon your interest rate. I mean, your credit rating.
Your credit rate. Yeah.
So you end up with a much better credit rating. Wells, listen. Chase Bank, all these other banks, whatever, never a knock on them at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
But they're not for profit organizations, bro.
they're giving
in
you
the business of
1%.
making money.
Yeah, they're giving you 1%. They're making 9%.
Right.
On
They're
your,
in the
your
business,
money.
on your money,
Your
bro. They're
money.
in the business
Yeah.
of making money.
Yeah.
So if you can go with I have no accounts at traditional banks.
Yeah.
I have zero bank.
I put him on, and I told him, I was like, bro, I was like, hey, let's just get a bank account open up. All right, like that. Go to Chase, Wells. I think I forgot where he ended up telling me what it is, because I followed up with him. And I was like, bro, you better do it.
Right.
All right, like that. And I even told him with Charles Schwab. I'm with Charles Schwab.
I'm with Schwab.
Like that. Yeah. Like that. I like, hey, you gotta make that money grow.
Got
all
it,
right?
bro.
Make, have money, make money for you. Like
Making
that.
money in my sleep, bro.
Yes. All right. I'm not there anymore, but I need to get back there. All right. So again, I'm just, all right. It ain't, right or wrong. It's all lessons at the end of the day. And so I was just telling him, this is what I did. You need to do this, like that. Hey, let's get your bills in your name. Let's get your own direct deposit in your name.
Right.
Like that. All right. And then as for the card thing, I was like, bro, how much you got saved up? And he was like, I got $2,200. I was like, I was surprised when he told me that. I honestly thought he was gonna tell me like, oh, I got $100, $200.
Nah.
At 19, I was like, I was like, but he told me 202. I was like, hey, that's not bad,
bro. I get a shooter.
Yeah, that's all you need. You need a point A to point B. That's it. And get,
boom.
Yeah,
and don't even worry about it.
And that's it. That's all you really need. You need A to B to get you back to A. That's it.
Because the thing at 19, we were both 19. Is at 19. You got a lot of focus on bitches, like shit that doesn't. I mean, you want companionship, you need it, but it doesn't. The companionship will come, like if you build it, they will come. Bro.
Yes. Don't go searching for it and you don't got it.
Right.
They're gonna stay away from you. Yeah.
Build it, bro.
Yeah.
Build it, and then get out of your parents' house. And
Yeah.
now you got an apartment, and now you got a new Altima, and then all of a sudden,
everybody want all that within, right as soon as they get out. They're not thinking about, oh, I'm gonna have all that when in my early 30s, and then in my late 30s, I'm gonna be freaking set and ready to retire in my mid 40s. They're not thinking that.
Right.
I wasn't thinking that. You know what I mean? And I wish I was like, fuck, I wish I was thinking
Bro,
that.
I wish I was thinking that, bro.
You know,
I wish I was thinking that.
So
I changed
again,
my plan. But
right
I
or
wish I was
wrong,
thinking that.
you know, it's just lessons.
Right.
All right. So, you know, I was like, bro, hey, 2,200, that's a good start. All right.
real good start.
Don't take don't get no credit card. Don't take out no loans. All right, buy this shit cash, you know. And I instantly, man, I looked up on Facebook Marketplace, man, found him a nice little freaking 2014, you know, Honda Civic and like that. All right. The only thing I had questioned, I was like, man, $2,000 for this thing. This thing looks nice. It was real nice, you know what I mean?
Right.
Only thing is they said 180, you know, thousand on miles. I was like, no, yeah. Like, I was like, no, it said 80,000. I was like, they probably meant to say 180,000.
They probably meant to say 180, yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, hey, go check it out, you know, like that. But, you know, that's the only question I had about that car. But I was looking at it right there, you know. But his dad fronted him the other half, and he ended up getting a nice little work truck. You know what I mean? Like that. But I followed up with him, you know what I mean? And he went into it like that, you know. So, you know, hopefully, you know, he starts to build that credit. That's not stupid. I just like, bro, do not, like, you know, so I'm big on Dave Ramsey. I don't know if you listen to Dave Ramsey like that, you know, but I know he's freaking against an anti-freaking, you know, credit cards like that. I like to stay away from credit cards. Bro. You know, if I don't have it, there's no reason to spend it.
I've got 678 million credit cards. But I got, I did get credit cards to build my credit.
Yeah.
But
did you do the $1 thing?
Bro, it took forever to realize how it actually works.
Yeah.
Because it's bullshit the way it works. It's stupid the way it works. So the way that it works is you have to have the credit card with a certain amount of usage on the credit card. But if the usage is too high, it's a penalty. And if it's too low, it's a penalty. So you have to have this sweet spot of usage, which is weird. So note, hustle. Anybody wants to do it. I went and got a Southwest credit card and a United credit card.
Get them points, baby.
Get them points.
Yeah. Especially if you have a job that travels and stuff.
Well,
or
the points come. Or you like to But the points come, bro, from using the card. So what do I do?
Hate people like you.
They hate people like me, bro. But it's fine. Yeah. So what do? My monthly cell phone bill that I would pay regularly, I charge it to my card. And then every month,
you pay it off.
I pay the card off. And so I'm getting points. I'm showing a consistent credit history. Yeah. Because I'm constantly using it. But my available credit is huge because I've got all these cards that I'm not really using. Yeah. Right? So, now the temptation on it is
I got 50,000 there whenever I want it.
but that's what comes from 35, 45 as opposed to 25.
Yeah. So
because at 25 I'd have been in home.
I told him the same thing. I was like, look, if you must, all right. I was like, if you must and you need this credit card, all right. Do not get this credit card, not as young as you are, all right. But I was like, if you must, all right, I'm gonna guarantee you're gonna get approved off the bat, $6,000. All right, that money is not yours. Do not use that money.
Don't use it.
You want to build, all right. If you're getting this credit card to build your credit score up, all right, like that. So now you can be a little bit more reputable with companies, you know, when you ask for a bigger loan and stuff like that. All right, if you must. And I told them the same thing that you doing.
Right.
All right. All right. Open up your bank account. Get your freaking all your bills under your name. You get this credit card. All right. Now, all right. You got your gas bill on there. All right, like your car bill. Right. You know, not your house gas bill, your car bill. You know, every month you're going to be putting in about $100 a month, you know, like
easy.
That. Okay. You got your gas bill on there. You got your phone bill on there. You got your internet bill on there. All right. And I did the math. It came out about like $350 or something like that. All right. You get paid, pay all that shit off. All right.
Here you go.
Like that. You know, and even I've heard too like that, like leave $1 on there. You know what I mean? Like that. Because like again, like you said, like
5%.
Yeah. 5%.
What I've heard is it's 5% of the total
to leave on there.
Yeah,
like that, to just show
just to show that like, hey, look, so like you're carrying this debt.
Yeah,
but it's a nominal debt.
Yeah, it's like it's only $20. You know, right. You know you can pay it off like that, and plus the credit companies, they see that and be like, you know, it's not a big freaking thing where that you owe them a lot of money, but then
Right.
you know, but then they're not always completely leaving it because they want to get paid.
They want to get paid.
You want to get paid, you know,
Bro, I can't tell you how many times so one of my cards, I told him, I said, look, I want you to cut the balance to 500. Mm-hmm. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, just cut the balance to 500.
But you can get it approved right now for 100,000.
Bro, they're always like, and I'm like, no, just make it 500.
Yeah.
Because that card is my emergency card. Mm-hmm. And when I say emergency card, it's like, if I'm not home, something happens, at least like I need money right now, like something's just grab the card because I know it's got enough. I mean, $500. If it's more than $500, it's a huge emergency, and I need to be around anyway.
Well, Dave Ramsey says $1,000, so
but,
you know that's a good.
But you know what I'm saying?
I don't know too many emergencies that go over $1,000, but that's a good starting point. So anybody that doesn't know who Dane Ramsey is, all right, or anything like that, his first step, baby step, millionaires and stuff like that. Do your research. It's $1,000, like that, and so
you need it.
Put it in a sock, leave it in the back of your drawer.
You
need
like
that, freaking. You never know what's gonna happen, especially when you got kids. Yeah.
Tell me about it. But
yes.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing that, because we're talking about mortgages and we're talking about credit cards, and this is one of the things that's missing. I've always said was missing in schools and everything else, bro. They don't teach people wealth.
No.
They don't teach people wealth. They don't teach people. They'll teach you home ec and how to cook. But I know how to warm up a hot pocket. I can make a fucking great bowl of noodles, bro.
Hell yeah.
But they do not teach high school kids who are about to be able to vote. Mm-hmm. They don't know anything about credit and how it works.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's crazy, you know.
You don't know how to.
You're old enough to vote for who the president is, but you can't even drink a beer, to freaking celebrate who you just voted for and stuff like that. You can fight for somebody.
You can fight for somebody. You can die for somebody.
Yeah.
You can die for them.
But, can't drink nothing,
and
all kinds of shit like that.
They make jokes about all the time. You'll see like all kind of jokes about the guy that got out the military and spent too much money on his Camaro, or spent too much money on his Hellcat or whatever it is.
I spent too much money on my Ed Hardy shirts.
But
I done told you that story.
You told me that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, bro, it's because even when they tell you, here's how you fill strip of AR. Mm-hmm. If you're in the middle of the shit, here's how you fill strip of AR. Mm-hmm. But they don't tell you what to do with all this money that we're going to give you when you get back.
I got back. I remember my first deployment. It was about a little under 20,000, non-taxed. You know what I mean? I wish I knew what I did with it. Well, that was back in 2008. So if I would have put it in the housing market, I would have been fucked. Yeah, like that. But shit, you best believe.
If you would have put it in the housing market and sat on it, you may have gone up, then down, and up.
What was coming up big in 2008? Maybe Apple around that time.
Maybe. And maybe could have got in on
Starbucks.
Maybe could have got in low on some of those.
Yeah,
but
shit. If I just knew, man.
But they don't. And that's the thing. Like the military, the weight. So when you're first enlisted, your first deployment, you say 20K. That's 20K. Now you're like, yeah, 20K is decent. I can't feed my family off 20K, but bitch, I'm 19. Mm-hmm. I'm 19, bro. This is it.
Popping bottles.
This is it. Yeah. What else I need? I got everything I need right here.
My parents.
Right. So you know what I'm saying. So it's just
Duty on the TV, Hot Pockets in the microwave,
Tostina pizza rolls, exactly. Bro, sitting there.
Living life,
bro. The weight just fell off of you, so you could eat all night, bro. It didn't even matter. I mean, and so, but you're not. But the NBA did that though. Mm-hmm. The NBA did that.
Did exactly what?
The NBA has a rookie school, and they teach the kids like what to do with all this money.
I think I remember hearing that.
Right, bro, and now of course, much different scale. Yeah, because these kids are 18, 19 years old and they have $10 million contracts.
They're millions of dollars. Not $10,000.
But
$20,000.
But in effect, it's the same because when I was 19, you tell me 10,000, you tell me 10 million. You know what I'm thinking? I never have to work again.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Retire now. You remember back in school? Excuse me, in school, when like I remember like in middle school like that, you know, the teachers, you know, like, hey, you know, write down what will you do if you got $100, you know what I mean? You ever remember the questions like that in school?
Yes, bro.
They're like that.
Yes,
I will buy my freaking mom a house,
bro.
I'll go on a freaking trip to Paris, shit
Oh
like that.
my god, bro.
You just didn't understand how much, you know, $100 was back then.
No concept.
No
money.
concept at all.
No concept of
You
money.
know,
And now you hear about somebody going like, what would you do with $20,000? You're like, I'd probably just put it in the bank, man. Like, I mean, it's a little bit.
What would you do? What would you do with 20,000 right now?
I mean,
You in the park, 20,000. No one cleaned it. Like that cash.
to be honest, I would probably pay a couple. Oh, yeah, I would probably take it and invest it, throw it at some place.
Yeah.
Especially if it was
S&P.
like, especially if it was money that I like. Oh shit, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna invest and like maybe even like high risk investing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
like some
it's
like,
house money.
Like like some penny marijuana stock or some shit like that.
Yeah. See what skyline what shoots up. Shit,
Right.
Dump it all right now in freaking Tesla. You know, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
that's
for sure. You know, I wish, you know, so 2018, you know, you're talking about how quickly things can go downhill. You know what I mean? All right, and this is experience for me right now. All right, like that, because 2018, looking back now in hindsight, all right, I'm like, I invested my money into my gym. Okay. Gym is not doing so good now. Okay. Don't want to make freaking COVID the culprit of why my gym's not doing good at all. But, you know, it's just, you know, bit off too much than I could chew. Now I'm looking to downsize, you know, or even just cut my losses,
Right.
you know, for my gym like that. And, you know, with location wise, you know, obviously freaking COVID itself. And then the market around in my area, my location, you know, just not doing the homework, not in like that. You know, I had the money. I'm very ambitious. You know, I'm very passionate of what I do for health and fitness like that. But it's just, you know, the people around and the location, you know, it's a very a tough thing, you know, like that. So I just wish I would have just started smaller. I'll tell you that right now. All right. And so, but the thing is that with that, I was like, man, I wish I would have started smaller and I would have kept half that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Play some GameStop.
Bro, please don't that, bro.
Yeah.
GameStop hurts so bad, bro. And it was like,
did you see the documentary on Netflix?
Oh man, GameStop hurts so bad, bro. So I didn't watch it, you know, but I did a lot of like looking and researching about what happened with GameStop because, of course, as you know, being nerd gamer, right? Like you're like, man, bro, that was crazy, bro. You know, people got rich.
Dude, the dude,
rich, bro.
The main guy that was like watching everything and like leading the way like
Right.
that. Oh man, they tried to come after him, but they didn't have nothing on him,
Bro. People got rich,
bro.
Like, rich,
and I was
bro.
there. I was following it, and I was like, man, I need this money for my gym.
Bro. So let's see.
Yeah, I was
Let's see.
but yeah, I wish I would have just started smaller, and maybe because I had a lot of investment, you know, in Exxon, Nike, MasterCard at the time, you know, when my account with Charles Schwab and stuff like that. You know, and I was like, man, what if I could just dump all this into GameStop? Let me see this,
Bro.
You know? And I just remember making jokes with my wife, you know, but I just didn't pull the trigger. I was like, nah, this is a little too sketchy.
So
You know what I mean?
COVID hit, and
I would say around August 2018.
yeah, no COVID.
Yeah.
No. COVID. Jewel had just turned 1 when Jewel was born March.
Well, I'm thinking about the lockdown.
No, the country went lockdown 1 week after Jules' first birthday.
And when was that?
That was March of 2020.
Because I'm thinking of my brother. My brother freaking. So that's the year he got married, All right, and he wasn't gonna freaking reschedule the wedding. He wasn't gonna cancel it all. He was already committed. They already had the venue, the day was set, everything like that, and all this talk was going on about COVID that the whole nation's gonna go in lockdown. And he's like, "Fuck that, we're still getting married."
Wuhan, China went in lockdown January 2020.
And then like a couple months later, like that.
Yeah, they shut everything
So it was crazy
down.
because he went through, we did the wedding. You know, like people still weren't wearing masks and stuff like that.
Right.
We still had the wedding and everything like that. It's all great. And like literally a week or two later, everything went on lockdown.
Bro.
So he got right in there like that because the event, if it was before, like if his wedding was like a week or two later, they would have closed the event center down like that. He would have been out of money. That you know, and he didn't want to do none of that shit. So it was right around that time. I'm sorry, bro. I can't remember when you got married, but I still had a good time.
It was fun.
Yeah, but but it was like right around that time. I remember because like my gym was already freaking. They're already sending out reports and they're like, hey, we're gonna close the gym. So I was already not working or training my clients in the gym no more. Like that. I was meeting them at parks and like that. And then I remember having my brother's wedding, but then boom, everything was on lockdown. And I think like for a good 6-8 months, I was just at home and then watching the Netflix shit. I mean, it was Netflix. It wasn't the Netflix on there, but I was watching and hearing all the stuff about game stuff. I was like,
and that's, but even that, because commodities, right? Like, commodities are good. Stocks in and of themselves are good, right? You pick the right company, NVIDIA, AMD, Google, Tesla, those are good. But commodities are always going to be there, bro.
Yeah.
Oil, gas, pork bellies, like that's always going to be there. Question is just when you get in it, like when you do, because it's not going anyplace.
Yeah.
So the big hit for me, a little bit older than you, was 9/11. I lost a fuck ton of money in the market at 9/11.
I was
Don't say like 6 or some shit.
Nah,
like that.
I was in eighth grade. I was in eighth grade.
Because people always like it. But so boom, and then the market closed, and then it open crashed.
Yeah.
It was the craziest fucking thing. Like it was like, how did y'all? But it open crashed so far. So then when COVID came and the country went on lockdown, I started paying a lot more attention to what was going on because I was older. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, fuck, man, they locked the country down. I was like, shit. And what was some of the first stocks to start plummeting? Petroleum. Because nobody's going anyplace.
Yeah.
Nobody can travel.
Same thing
Nobody
for
can
COVID.
drive.
All the airlines. I had some Southwest. I had to dump all my Southwest. I was like, fuck this.
Bro, all went down.
Yeah.
So you know what I did? 2 months into COVID?
Bought it back up.
Bought a fuck ton of petroleum, bro. Fuck ton of petroleum. Right now, I'm at 400% on all my petroleum stocks, bro.
You got me from.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm like, and I'm just like, and we're still not back at 100% on travel and shit.
Yeah.
So, some countries are still not letting people move around freely, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, man, whatever, it's cool.
It's going to go up.
It's going to go up. It's going to go up.
There's one thing, okay, so, going back to my mentor, you know what I mean, and talking like that, this is something like listening to Pat, and Dave and stuff like that like, when do the rich get richer? Like, when do they really, you start hearing them get really rich? Like let's think about Amazon.
Right.
When did they get buku fucking rich? During COVID.
Right.
All right.
Stupid rich.
Yes, just stupid rich. They're getting so rich. They're actually freaking hiring people. Well, all these businesses.
Every place is shutting down.
They were hiring
tripling their fucking workload.
Yeah. Why,
bro?
All right. So let's think about this. All right. And this is something that I started putting 2 and 2 together. This was during time of during Harvey. Okay. When I started paying attention to more of this like this, all right. So I was talking to my mentor and stuff like that, and he asked me like, let's really think about when the rich start getting really rich, all right, because they have money, all right, they have a nest egg, all right, as opposed to someone like me or just the average family. $1,000 ain't gonna do it if you have $1,000 on you and your fucking house is flooded and it's fucking $200,000 worth of damage and shit like that.
Right.
And, and you got a half-ass fucking insurance policy that don't even want to pay it out. You know what I mean? Let's think about it. Be real.
Right.
All right. So, the rich start getting rich during freaking hard times and disaster. All right, that's when you start taking the, freaking
Right.
taking
Advantage of
taking
situation.
advantage of
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean? That's when you start to see construction freaking jobs, start to freaking really pop a lot. They're taking advantage of that. You start to see all these freaking home buyers. They start buying up a lot more real estate. You know what I mean? Like that. Freaking during COVID, what happened during COVID? You start seeing all these freaking convenient delivery services start freaking, going. What we called it? It was one of the top like jobs that we said the
You talking about like the Uber Eats, the DoorDash?
Yeah. But what did they call those? The services? Forgot what because it was on the top 10 list.
It was on one of the top.
Yeah.
But it's not called person-to-person services.
Yeah, I know it was like delivery service like that. I don't know the actual freaking professional job thing for it, but that's what it is.
Right.
Isn't it like second like just like UPS and Amazon and FedEx,
It's
third.
It's the guys who provide. You have to be able to provide that service in the time, and it's got to be like when nobody else was thinking about it. Like it's
not that no one else can think about it. It's that freaking these people freaking have enough capital, to freaking implement all this stuff. While, me and you can think about it. We just don't have no fucking money to start sending out trucks.
Right.
All right. Jay Bezos freaking billions and billions of dollars. Now he's freaking tripling, 10xing, 20xing his trucks like that, so he can get freaking shipments out for people. You know what I mean?
One of my good friends, bro, before he passed, worked in a
last mile freaking delivery service.
That's what it is.
Last mile.
The last mile, yeah. He worked in a plant. Right? What plant do you know shut down during COVID?
Like oil plants?
Like
or something like that?
Bro, plants kept on going, bro.
Oh, no, yeah.
They keep going.
They're deemed essential jobs.
Bro, they keep going.
All right.
And so now, but everything's on lockdown. So now, boys getting hazard pay. People are working in plants, bro, doing shutdowns. Man, we know people that work in plants, bro.
That's all.
85, 90, 100K, 120K a year. They work in plants, and it's weird. You go, man, this dude works, 5 days on, 7 days off, he works 12s.
Yeah, that dude's getting time and a half hazard pay per diem, all that.
And the best part about it, people always ask me, like, would you ever do that? I was like, yeah, because when you train a client, when you leave, you're still thinking about that client. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, I got to figure out how to make this client better. I got to figure out how to make this client more successful. When I leave, I'm still thinking about this case. It's work, because my work is really done in my head. When you work at a plant, bro, you put the screwdriver down, you walk the fuck away.
I ain't answering no emails, none of that shit. Turn my phone off. I don't give a shit.
They're not finna call me because it's another shift coming on. That you're gonna talk to the dude. They're gonna talk to George right behind me, and then when George gets off, they're gonna talk to Phil, and then when Phil gets off, I'll be back on, and they'll talk to me. And it's just like, bro, I get it, but plant work aside, what they need to do with the next generation, the softer generation, since they're touching and feeling them, and they won't let them fight, and they won't let them do all this other thing. They need to teach them how to manage their money, bro. They need to teach them how to manage their money.
Yeah. All right. So let's get back. Like that. I got a couple more things. For the real estate, home bars and stuff like that. So, all right. Massive class action lawsuit was won for home buyers. All right.
The one in Kansas.
Let's see.
About the brokerage fees?
Yes.
Bro, I got my license, bro.
Yeah. All right, so let me read this like that. I don't know exactly what it was, but I saw that. I was like, all right. And it's just, you just talk about how, like, technology just deserves so much shit like that, all right? All right, and all right, so let me read this right here. All right, so for the people out there thinking about buying a home like that, and they're freaking, or whatever it is, trying to build your wealth off of it. Class action lawsuit by a massive group of home buyers was brought against the National Association of Realtors. All right, a few residential brokers like Berkshire Hathaway. So I don't know who they are, but like that. That's what they came out. All right, their claim was that their claim. Their word, not mine. I don't know why that's put in there. The buyer's agent was not deserving of a traditional 2.5 to 3% of commission paid to them. Why? All right.
Okay.
Because apps like Zillow or Redfin, what's another? You have HAR.
Right.
Like that. What do those apps do?
They basically list the house for you.
Yeah, they tell you everything.
They list the house for you.
All right. Nothing on, freaking brokers or anything like that. They serve their purpose. Mainly now, what is it? Just paperwork.
Bro, it's a lot, bro.
But the thing is that back then, all right, what were they for? The main thing, the paperwork. Yes, you can't get around that. All right. But then they were doing everything as for finding the house, finding the square footage, what schools are around there, freaking, what businesses are around there. Like they were giving you a whole list of stuff, you know what I mean? Like that. There were freaking pictures of the house, like that. What are other important things, that you would look for?
Oh, like, bro.
How far it is
of the house.
Square footage. But how far, like
improvements on the house.
Oh yeah,
grading the house.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not even thinking about that, but yeah,
bro.
I'm just talking about like the area wise, like, and then freaking everything about the houses, where like what are the improvements, and everything like that.
Appraisal value. Yeah, all that. You can see that, and so right.
But now these apps, they already do all that for them.
Right.
So this class action lawsuit was won by the buyers, all right, and then now they are freaking the court ruling that they're siding with the homeowners are charging a group of realtors 1.78 in it's not telling in damages. Hold on, let me see this. Associate realtors also said they had to pay back all this money.
Bro,
do you remember how much money? Hold on, I'm looking at it right now.
I don't remember exactly how much money. Of course, we all started.
I'm about to find it
because out right it created a substantial. It created a substantial. It created It created a substantial determination about our consideration for realtors and what they do with their house now. Mm-hmm. And one of the things are what they do in their process now. And one of the things that's really big in it is Zillow is like I think they're advocating for it now, but they're not really a broker or a realtor. They're just a repository of information.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is,
oh yeah, it's 1.78 billion. It didn't say it in the description.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
That's what they have to pay back to those buyers. That's crazy, bro.
And it's because it's almost like you go through, you look up a workout, and then you go pay a personal trainer to tell you if the workout that you looked up, is this a good workout? And they say, yeah, it's a good workout. I say, okay, well, I'm not going to pay you $40 an hour now. I'm going to pay you $10 an hour because I've got my own workout. I just asked you a question. And while that's that, and so some of it's kind of cool, but all the information, there was a question about whether or not the information on Zillow was actually accurate because it was really just a repository.
Well, who's putting the info on there?
So that's what's funny. I don't really know. But I think that what it was like is like,
isn't it coming from the seller?
I think it's or the seller's agent, and so it's kind of like it's almost like a supermarket for home buyers, but now you still need somebody to go in, and the person still has to go in and vet all the information because the seller could tell you anything.
So now you're saying this is like all right. Go ahead and finish.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like that's kind of the scary thing about it, because what people really do with, I mean, you don't need a realtor to buy a house. You don't need a realtor to sell the house, right? What you're doing is you want somebody that's a professional in the area to make sure that you're not getting screwed. That's really what your 3% is for. Yeah, because when you
on the buying or the selling side.
So on both.
On both. Yeah.
On both. I mean, because you just want to. What I'm doing is I'm negotiating on your behalf.
On your behalf, yeah.
That's what you're paying. I'm negotiating on your behalf.
You don't want to underbuy yourself as a seller, and you don't want to overbuy as a buyer.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really all it is. And it doesn't matter where you can find the information on the house, and it gives you a projected price of the house. But your house right now, let's say it appraises at $300K, right? Okay, that's the appraisal on your house. But that's an appraisal by somebody there. But you want somebody in the industry to tell you, okay, now that's what it appraises for, but what can I sell my house for? And you say, oh, well, your house, because of this, but they're just about to build a freeway next to your house. So because they're about to build a freeway next to your house, the value's going to go down a little bit because there's going to be a lot of traffic. Or they're about to close the freeway down by your house, and they're going to put a big expansive golf course over here, so you can sell your house for a little bit more. Yeah, and you want somebody in the industry to be like, this is what's going on, because Zillow can't tell you the market trends.
So answer me this: with this decrease in commission, all right, do you feel that it's going to make it better for the market, for the buying market, because then now they don't have to really worry about these huge commissions like that, and it could be a little bit more affordable for them? No. So all right, if you don't feel that way, then what I'm going to start to see now with this big old thing, that the listing agents, all right, they're going to stop listing their houses on these freaking on these apps.
That's what's going to happen.
And because that's going to start doing, they're going to start taking commission or asking for commission from the app, from Zillow, Redfin. And so like nah, y'all just screwed us. What I mean? Y'all just cut our commission in half. We ain't putting nothing on you.
Now I'm going to stop using you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And more importantly than that, because even if they become a nationwide realtor and all that stuff, and maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the other thing is, okay, if you're going to put all that information on there, then now what that means to me as a realtor is I have to do something to justify my commission. Yeah. So what you're saying is you can't pay the traditional commission if all you're going to do is go and say, oh, here's the stuff from Zillow. So now I have to start doing other stuff. So what am I going to start doing? I'm going to start saying, well, you want to list your house? Okay, I'll list it for you. Here you go, empty house. I'm not going to help you stage it. Yeah. For what? Because it's on Zillow. Who cares? Yeah. I'm not going to stage your house. Oh, you want your house staged? More money. So you'll just find another way to tack on those fees, because realistically, you want somebody to negotiate for you. You want somebody to negotiate on your behalf. You want somebody to look out for you. Now, other part of that though was there was not like a collective bargaining, but there was like a select group that was like pumping up the commissions. So it wasn't they weren't doing the standard shit. They were doing stuff to pump the commissions up, but basically just using
what they found out. I don't even know what would you do to pump up the commissions?
Well,
I mean, if I had a little bit more extra information or some shit, or
well, you're selling the house. I'm buying the house, but we both know that this is a buy and sell because we work together all the time. So we'll leave a little bit out here. We'll do a little over here so that now we can come. You know what I'm saying? Like a little collusion going on. Yeah. And then that's why the damage amount was so high. But look, man, at the end of the day, if you would, because that hasn't happened any place else. Because if you do what you're supposed to do and you're not colluding together and all that shit, Zillow is just a repository. Yeah. It's just a place to go get information. It's a place to start. It's a good place to start. Yeah. I mean, when you and your wife were looking for your house, you get, well, you can't go and say, I'm looking for a 2-3 bedroom Victorian, a single level, and okay, that's great. But what are you looking for? Oh, I like kitchens like this. I like rooms like this. Now you have and now you can have people go out and look for it. I mean, it's cool. It's good. I don't like residential though.
Yeah. Hey, commercial, where's that?
Commercial, bro.
Yeah.
Commercial, bro.
Like they play by their own rules,
bro. Commercial.
I wish I'm trying to educate myself more on understanding what rules they play by, because owning my own freaking business like that and messing with landlords, commercial landlords, I'm like, hold up. There's a lot of times I gotta hold up. I'm like, how does that benefit me? It doesn't benefit.
It doesn't at all.
Pay me or fucking go find somewhere else.
Yeah, triple
net. It's just I hate that word. I hate that word so much.
Triple net.
Yeah, that's their answer to a lot of things. Well, you pay triple net, so that means you can afford freaking. We're letting you afford to freaking at a cheaper rate, so you can fix whatever you want for us for free, and we keep it all. It's like, bro, don't get me started, man.
The thing about the thing about business. The thing about business is not just law, but business, real estate, commercial real estate, everything is because it's for business. They assume that there's a business savvy. Mm-hmm. So real estate, they kind of figure that you're just like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Not real estate, residential. They're like, this is just a dumbass person trying to take care of their family.
Yeah.
Right. Commercial, no, you using this to make money.
Yeah.
So you've got some snap to you.
Yeah. You need to pay me money to make money. You know what I mean? And because you're already making money, any problems that you have, you better pay for your own like that. We don't fix any plumbing, electric, nothing like that. You're making the money, so pay for it. Like, bro,
leave me alone, bro.
No, don't get me started, bro. For sure,
leave me. The whole shit, bro.
Like that. All right, before we finish, bro, I let's stay with the real estate like that. I got couple things right here. Let's. This shit is funny, bro. All right, because getting ready for this episode and stuff like that, this dude popped up. All right, check this out, man. Just put in perspective of the real estate, market now. So this dude is comparing freaking house prices now, freaking to what you could find, somewhere. This is in California. Hey, don't buy nothing in California.
Nothing, Cali, bro.
1.4 million, and it ain't even livable. So now he's like a castle in Scotland. And it's cheaper too. And it's fully renovated. Bro, I gotta go straight to freaking.
Bro, I'll go straight to Scotland, bro.
Check this one out. All right, this is another one he was talking about. Again, California. Don't buy shit.
Nothing Cali, bro.
You get a fucking shoebox for like $200,000.
How about instead you buy this castle in France for $50,000 less?
Check that thing out, bro. Fully renovated too.
Bro.
And look, bro, the acreage. I think it was like on 40 something. Look, 6,000 acres.
That seems a little off to me. It also apparently has a bread oven, a wine cellar, a laundry.
I'm sold at bread oven, bro.
Bro, listen. The thing is, and it's one of the reasons why people make such a big deal about moving to Texas, right? So whenever I talk to my friends that are in New York and all these places, Cali, I'm like, yo, y'all are paying stupid prices for shit, bro. Stupid prices.
And it's going back to that overpopulation, freaking fear mongering and shit.
So one of the only other cities in the world that I would live in is Miami, Florida.
It's growing.
It's growing,
and I heard it's getting crazy too.
But the prices out there are stupid expensive, bro. And I'm like, why would I pay that when I can have so much more room and so much more land and not have people on my neck here in Texas? And flash forward, one of the things I'm working on my 10-year plan because I'm done working, and I'm working on my 10-year plan. But part of that 10-year plan involves living in a place where the land prices are considerably lower, so you can get more bang for your buck. Because even with the price, your $300K house here, imagine what that $300K gets you in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Bro, I'm living in a mansion. I'm living in one of them Scotland castles.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it's weird. And you think about don't even go to Scotland, bro. Have you seen the price of houses in the Rio Grande Valley?
No.
Bro,
Yeah.
the houses in the Rio Grande Valley for $200-300K, you'll end up 4 or 5 bedroom house.
But is there a Target and a Starbucks by it?
There's one down the road.
Down the road.
There's one down the road.
That's why people settle at freaking.
There's a paletero.
Yeah. You know, you know what I mean? Yeah. Cafecito, you know what I mean?
But that's one of those things, man, that when you start thinking about it, bro, like when you start actually thinking about wealth and where you're going to put your money, you start looking at how is your money going to work for you, how much bang you're getting for your buck, and then you're not so much concerned about what the mortgage rate is if it's costing you what it's worth.
Yeah.
Mortgage rate's still stupid high though.
Buying and selling. All right.
All right.
You being a realtor right now, what is your recommendation on like someone thinking about selling their home?
Bro, you're not gonna sell it.
Why not?
Because they can't buy it.
Because no one can buy it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So anybody. Well, I'm gonna say that. So with the market being what it being, you're only talking about premium buyers.
Yeah.
So premium buyers mean a lot of different things. That means premium condition, right? The people are gonna be looking, and if they have the money, they're not gonna want a little fixer upper. They're gonna want everything
turnkey.
to be. They're gonna want turnkey. You know, but at the same time, there are also going to be people that know that.
Why are you selling? And they're going to try to get you in a pinch. You think
there may be some of that, but they're going to have to do the same thing on the buying end.
Yeah,
because they're like, look, I only want to pay so much to borrow this money, so here's the range that I'm going to be in. But what they do start doing, what they will start doing, what they are doing right now is they're looking at those days on the market, bro. That's what they're looking at, because days on the market mean a lot. The first day you go to sell your house, I'm not moving shit. The 90th day, if I'm not in the house anymore, I'm living someplace. Now I'm potentially paying 2 mortgages. I got to get out from under something.
Yeah. Before you know it, your shit going from like 400,000 to like 350. All right, 280. I don't know about 100 like that, but still. But
the price starts dropping.
Yeah.
And realistically, man, I mean, and that's the part that sucks. I would say that anybody that's going to sell right now needs to be ready to sit. You have to be able to just kind of sit for a while. Like if you can just kind of sit and chill 4 or 5 months without lowering your price, you'll be closer to getting your asking price. Because people are gonna be, people will watch it. It pops up, and they're like, okay, let's see what it's doing in 30 days.
Yeah,
let's do no contract. Let's see what it's doing in 45 days. No contract. Let's see what it's doing in 60 days. Oh man, this house has been on the market for 120 days. Yeah, it's okay. The seller, and they look for other shit too. Like, is the seller local? Yeah, because the out of town seller is probably like, man, I just want to dump this thing and get, So they start looking at all those various factors, but
it's crazy. No, for sure, like that. It's just tough, you know what I mean? Especially when you're trying to like gain a little bit more wealth, especially for your family like that, and it's just making it the market is making it very hard, can you pull the trigger? Are you willing to pull the trigger? I think those are, some questions too that you're gonna have to ask yourself like that, because at the end of the day, for me, it's just like, again, what's one thing that man can't make more of, like that, and I'd rather go ahead, get it, freaking go through the hard times, put a little bit more effort on income wise to hold on to it, so to speak, like that, because Just like
You
the
know-
market, when things are down, it's bound to go up.
You know,
And so those are questions that you really got to ask yourself.
landlording and management company may not be a bad idea for people that want to sell right now.
At that. All right. But hey, that's the question you're gonna have to ask yourself. We want to just give you a little bit more knowledge on that. Where the market is for sure. I know I'm going through it right now.
Right.
Got some rental house pieces like that. Then also, my own house. Leveraging whether we sell it for the equity or we hold on to it. That's I don't want I don't want to get in trouble with my wife, but we're going through that like
Too
that.
late.
And so this is something that I've been really discussing a lot and doing some research for sure. Wanted to talk about it like that. Other than that, guys, all right. Coming next episode, stay in tune. All right, November men's health, mental health awareness. Is this
For
month.
sure.
It's something important to me. I know that you're a big
Absolutely.
preacher of that, and I respect you
Absolutely,
for
bro.
that like that. And I got a great soundbite that I really want you to hear. So guys, just tune in next week, for that one like that. Other than that, guys, all right, if you stay here this long, all right, go ahead and hit that like, that notification button, guys. Give the gift that keeps on giving. Share, with your friends and family. If you love the information that we're providing for you. All right. My name is Eric Valdez alongside Jules Johnson. This is Sweat Equity. You can find us on Instagram, SweatEquity_HTX. We're on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. All right. And until next time, guys. All right. See you then.
See you then, baby.